Hello and welcome back to my channel and back to the 30-Day Better You Challenge. My name is Jonathan. Thank you so much for joining me. It's day 28 and the challenge for the day is develop financial acumen. Financial acumen is a person's ability to understand the financial effects of certain decisions and actions in order to make informed decisions to maximize profit and decrease loss. Simply put, it's just being better with money, knowing how to make it, how to save it, how to invest it, and prevent losing it. And this is important for obvious reasons. You need money to live. You need it to buy food and other goods. It's also important to consider that money problems are heavily linked to things like depression, divorce, and sadly, suicide. So while maybe money can't truly buy happiness, it's incredibly difficult to be happy without it. Unless maybe you just go full monk mode or something, you're going to need money for things, and when you don't have it, it's going to be difficult. So the best thing we can do is to just educate ourselves and learn the basics of personal finance, which includes budgeting, saving, and investing. And there are tons of online resources for this and books, and I just recommend you regularly tap into these resources. Many of them are completely free, so they don't cost you anything but time, and just arm yourself with this knowledge. The next thing I recommend is that you create a budget for yourself. Track your income and your expenses and just understand where your money goes. Establishing a budget allows you to allocate funds for necessities, savings, and discretionary spending. Obviously, your goal is to have more coming in than going out. And if that's not the case, then having a budget is going to help show you how to fix this. You can choose to either cut your spending or find additional income or a combination of both. It's also really important to have an emergency fund. So they say aim to have between 3 to 6 months worth of savings in a savings account that you don't touch. It's just there just in case. And the idea is if you say hypothetically lost your job tomorrow, you've got 3 to 6 months worth of savings you can live off until you figure something out. According to the 2019 Wealth Survey by Edward Jones, 59% of Americans are just one paycheck away from poverty. In other words, if they missed one paycheck, they were in dire straits. So not a very healthy place to be. So you want this emergency fund as like a safety buffer or a safety net, just in case. So if something happens, you've got some time to figure it out. So you've got your budget and you've got your emergency funds set aside. Next up is debt management. And debt can come in all kinds of forms, obviously credit cards and student loans, auto loans, mortgage, and even IRS debt. And basically what you want to try to do here is to focus on the high interest debts first in order to save on those interest payments. Because paying interest is kind of like just throwing your money away. And creditors go to extended lengths to keep you in debt. So I just recommend, don't play their games. Don't try to avoid debt at all cost. And if you're in debt, do everything you can to get out of it. Because again, you're just throwing away money, essentially, when you're paying interest, especially the high interest stuff. Another component of financial acumen is investment knowledge, just learning about different ways to invest your money. Whether it's real estate or the stock market or mutual funds or even cryptocurrency, just learning what's out there and how you can use your money to make you more money. Because when it's just sitting in a bank account somewhere, we're actually kind of losing money due to inflation. So you want to invest your money if you can and have your money go to work for you. Obviously, there are risks involved, so learn what those risks are and come up with a solid financial strategy. Try to diversify, so spread your investment across different asset classes in order to minimize those risks. But in general, yeah, you want your money to go to work for you and make you more money. Finally, learn how taxation works. We pay a lot of taxes. We pay property taxes, income taxes, sales taxes. And it's just a fact of life that every time you have a transaction or a transfer of money, there's usually a tax associated with that transaction or transfer. So learning where the legal loopholes are can save you a ton of money. And this is kind of how the pros do it. This is how millionaires stay millionaires. But they just know and understand that when you have a nice little bundle of money, other people are going to want a piece of it, including the government. So just learning about how taxation works can really go a long ways in helping you retain that money and keeps and limits at least the number of sticky little hands that are getting into your honeypot there. It's actually quite disturbing how much you can get taken advantage of here just for not knowing. And the crooks are just going to tell you, well, you should have known. And as frustrating as it is, they're not wrong. You know, it's your job to know how to protect your money. So protect it. And the only way you can do that is really through knowledge. Knowledge is power. I hope this video helps shed a little bit of light on this topic. I know talking about money is a little uncomfortable for some people, but I want the takeaway to be that having financial acumen is really just having a healthier relationship with money. Money is just another form of energy that can flow to you and flow through you, and that's it. It's not about being like in love with money or being greedy or being afraid of money and thinking it's evil or anything like that. It's just another form of energy, and it's a fact of life. We need money in order to exist, but it doesn't have to be some huge, intimidating topic. And I think that a lot of people, I myself, have struggled with money. And one thing I'm working on this year is that I want to grow. I want to be able to do the things that I want to do and not feel limited by money. I know that a couple years ago when I clawed my way out of debt, it felt so invigorating. Like I felt like I had so much freedom. Like I felt like I'd been uncaged and could fly for the first time. But now I want to soar. I want to do the things and live my dreams. So that's where I'm at with money. And I understand that being educated in financial matters is going to be the key. So I'm fully embracing this challenge in my own life, and I hope you do too. That's all I have for you today. We'll see you back here tomorrow for day 29.